everybody. We have a friend to see you.
There he is.
Luca, the Wonder Dog. Hi, Luca. Lucas. Hi, Luca.
What's happening? He's working the keyboard. He's typing up your comments. He's typing up your questions.
It's all for Luca. All right. Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? Yes, it was Luca the Wonder Dog. I hope everyone's doing well. I just want to send love and light and strength to everybody in Florida, everybody dealing with the weather in the South. It's heartbreaking to see everybody, going through what they're going through, but we'll, send them all the love and light we can to just let them know that we support them. So I did want to let you guys know that we ended up raising $5,637 for the Maui SPCA. The Humane Society. I'm sorry, Humane Society of Maui. So we're helping the little aminals. And so thank you so much, everybody. That's amazing. And I'm so, so happy that we could just do something, to help. And so thank you all so much for taking part in that fundraiser. And I will also just want to quickly let you know that tomorrow night, 6 p.m., around this time, 6 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be on with Jeffrey Peck on his show, Something Super Spiritual Live. So come and hang out then. It's my first time on there, and it's super embarrassing because I have to send a picture of myself every time I do a show with somebody, and I just can't stand it. You never get used to that, seeing your big face there. So anyway, but I have to do that every time, and I always am like, oh, please don't ask for a picture. Please don't ask for a picture. And then they always are all like, do you have a picture and a bio? I'm always like, no. Okay. Anyway, I'm happy to be here to answer your questions live. So a lot is going on. Okay. Humane Society. Okay. Same diff. Okay. Thank you, Melissa. Humane Society, SPCA, I guess they're interchangeable. All right. Anyway, it was for Maui, the animals of Maui. All right. Thank you. Okay, everybody. Okay, MVG. Who's MV?
She's one of your people. She's not MTG.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry. MVG in the chat.
Asked. Okay, sorry. About you talking about dark times during fall and winter. Yes. Do your guides have more information on this? Yes, I will ask right now. Okay. Talk about fall and winter. Fall and winter. 1, 2, 3. Okay, they're saying to switch the to not say dark times, that it's going to be chaotic, very chaotic times. So they're showing me things like the weather. They're showing me things like Trump and his crazy rallies and things like that, and kind of a lot of kind of an amping up of rhetoric and lying and threats and things like that. So I feel like they're kind of preparing us, and they keep, they never just want to be like, it's going to be a nightmare and everybody run for the hills. They're not going to do that. They're just letting us know this is going to be kind of it's going to be a little bit of chaos before the calm, because I feel like in spring something happens that kind of, it's almost like the the pressure is let out, and it's just kind of like, so I feel like there's kind of a ramping up before that. So if you're in those areas where, I mean, we're in a fire area, right? We have fires sometimes into November. We're in an earthquake area. So anything that is going on in your area that you know of, just have your regular preparedness. You know, we have our go bags still. We have food and water just in case, things like that. We have a generator. Adam's been kind of obsessed with making sure we have electricity and light and things like that when the lights go out. So we are over prepared in that area. But anything that is in your area that you know of, just be aware of what's around you, what's coming. Yeah, exactly. No fear. That's why they're giving us this information, is so that we don't have fear. We're not caught off guard. And we kind of know, okay, listen to the weather reports, what's coming, know what's going on in your area. When you hear the rhetoric and the stuff, don't dip in and dip out of the news. Don't get like consumed into it and make it 24/7, because it will just ramp up your nervousness. And they're kind of like, these people are on their way out. Trump's on his way out. You know, we've known this for a long time, right? And here we are, it's here. So it's kind of like, just, we need to kind of push through this last little area. And then and I almost wonder if in spring something's going to happen where he cannot run or he cannot participate or something like that. Because it just feels like the air is let out of this kind of, you know, this thing that is just, you know, starting to, seems like it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it just kind of is like, then there's a calm. So yeah, so that's really it. And finding that center, that heart center that you can go to, that kind of peaceful place inside that lets you know you're connected to something greater. Or if that's, you know, if you're you think of this differently, just a space in yourself that you know is that kind of calm center that you can kind of go to, that's out of the worrying mind, the nervous mind, the running away with, you know, scary thoughts mind, that you're kind of down in that heart area, feeling calm, knowing it's all okay. We're just getting through this last little bit. But it just feels like some chaotic, you know, things coming in. We deal with this a lot, right? We deal with the shootings and we deal with the, you know, the nonsense and the lies and all this stuff. And it just feels like there's kind of a ramping up in fall and winter. And so, you know, wherever you are in the country, know what's going on. Don't get consumed by the news. Dip in and dip out. Find that center. It's all going to be okay. We're just going to get through it. And head to the finish line. Just keep going. We're almost there. Just keep going. Okay, so yeah, no fear, exactly. It's not to make you fearful. It's just to give you a heads up and just let you know, listen to the weather and know what's going on, but don't be consumed by it. Just dip in and dip out. And thank you. I keep seeing people sending up the super stickers and stuff. So thank you. Tanari, I don't know how to say that name. Thank you to, just want to take a second and just say thank you to Elizabeth Fuller. Thank you for the super sticker. I want to say thank you to Catherine Rodier for the super sticker. And I want to say thank you, I think to Chili Dog. That's right, to Chili Dog. Thank you. That's cute. And True, thank you so much for the super sticker. That was so kind of you. And to Alcaduist 209, thank you for the super sticker. So I just want to pause and say that because I can see them going up and going up. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm always very humbled and grateful for that. So thank you so much. All right. Next question. What is wrong with Mitch McConnell? Will he be retiring soon? Do you remember when Mitch turned purple? His hands turned purple. Not all of him. Was that related in any way? Okay, so I was telling Adam, in fact, just today, I think we were talking about it, and I said that my guides keep saying seizure. So I'm getting seizure. That's what I'm getting when he freezes up like that, and he just kind of stares, and it's like he's frozen. That they're saying seizure to me. I know that some I've heard some like news people saying, like, is he having a stroke? I'm not getting stroke. I'm getting seizure. That's what I'm getting. And it could just be, I don't have it could be something else that's like a seizure, but that's like the thing that I know medically. So that's what they're telling me, but something like a seizure or seizures. It must be the same kind of thing that happens in the brain during a seizure. So if that's what I'm getting. And I do feel like, let me look into this, because I haven't looked at whether he's going to step down or retire. And okay, so let me see what's going on with him. Let's go. Okay. Okay, so there's I'm hearing frailty. So he's very frail right now. That he's very, he does feel very like wobbly. I wouldn't be surprised if he might be at risk at having more falls, because I feel like his balance, there's something with his balance that's not. And a lot of this is to do with brain, but some of it is circulation. I'm getting circulation, and I'm feeling like too, he's been told by his doctors that he needs to slow down. He needs to start slowing down his schedule and slowing things down. I keep seeing his wife. So I don't know if maybe she is concerned or she's trying to tell him the same thing, but I keep seeing his wife. I feel like she may be trying to get him to step down or step aside. Even though she loves the lifestyle, let me tell you guys, I always get that she just loves being like in that, environment. Oddly, I feel like the White House or people in the White House are trying to keep him in place for the moment. So I don't know if he's helping with something that maybe the Democrats want to do or are doing or something, but I feel like they're trying to like hold him in place for a little bit. And then I think he may either step down or just announce his retirement. But I feel like he's going to be there for a bit but it feels like to do something. There's something that's going to happen or that they're doing. I feel like they might try to get, I want to say Mitt Romney to move up or to move into trying to move him into that position, but I don't know if that is a possibility because they're so wackadoo. But I feel like there might be a push to do that. And I can just feel like they the crazy like MAGA people are like circling, like they're trying to like figure out a way to like get him out of the way and infiltrate and stuff. So I feel like there's this feeling of like stay put for just a minute, like stay put for a bit. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. So I do feel like he'll either announce his retirement or I want to say, unless he has to, I don't think he'll step down, but I think he may announce his retirement, and then we just won't see him very much. Okay, that's what I'm getting.
I just wanted to bring from the chat, if I can find it again. Cheryl M said there's a type of seizure called a petit mal. From the French, I guess small bad. Anyway, where the person loses their attention and focus. It's more common in children, but
okay. Anyway, and what is it? What is it called?
Petit mal, where they just completely zone out and lose attention and focus.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I don't know if that would really apply here. I mean, given Mitch's age.
Right. Okay. All right. Good to know. Good to know. And I said, and if you'd like to use this in your conversation, I said, when we saw that this happened again, I said, did Mitch have a glitch? I thought that was very, very clever. And if you'd like to use that, you may. But it really was like that. It was like there was a glitch in the Matrix. He was just frozen. And it really brings that human element, right? Up to when you see people that are having things happen to them that just happened to an old man, that it's really sad. And I have been in many states where I have not been able to stand Mitch. I just think he's done so much damage to the country in so many ways. But it's sad. It's really sad. I felt myself feeling very sad. Just, it's just a sad thing, to see people in that state, and it must be scary. And yeah, it's really sad. So I just wanted to say that, but you can use that rhyme. I thought it was very clever. And it made Adam laugh. So there you go.
I don't know that it made me laugh. When I laughed off screen and you didn't see it, you just assumed I'd laugh.
I know when I actually said it. When I said it earlier, you did chuckle.
Oh, I was thinking of something else.
Okay. Well, an Adam chuckle is just, if you can get Adam to chuckle, that's like gold. Okay. Just drop my pen. All right. All right. Will Roger Stone be facing an indictment of his own soon, given the video of him seemingly plotting January 6th and fake glitter shenanigans? Roger Stone, he's the worst. Okay. So Roger Stone, tell me about Roger Stone. So right now I'm not seeing him being charged. However, I am seeing him talking to the feds. So I'm wondering if he avoided being charged by talking to the feds. That's kind of what I'm getting. So he may pop up as a witness at some point. right now I'm not getting him being charged, but he may be. I'm not saying, don't lose hope. He may be charged, but right now I'm not seeing that, but I am seeing him talking. It may be freaking him out seeing all these really long sentences people are getting, like, the Proud Boys and all these people that are getting these really long sentences. So he may have cut some kind of a deal. Whether they'll let him do that completely, I'm not sure. But right now, I'm just seeing him talking. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's what I'm getting right now. That's very interesting. Yeah. Is Trump truly proud of his dumb orange still mugshot? Okay. Well, here's the thing. Trump is very good at, when we talk about like his obsession with the power of positive thinking, he actually is really good at self-talk and talking himself into things. It's almost like to lie the way he does and to be the way he kind of has to believe it in some way or believe it on some level. And I feel like he actually is very good at convincing himself of things. And I also feel like the people around him are like, oh, you look so amazing. You look so off. He has all of these sycophants just feeding his ego constantly. And so I feel like on some deeper level, he doesn't like it and doesn't like any of this. But I feel like where he is now, it's like he kind of has to roll with it. And so the best way to roll with it is just to act like he's super proud of it and loves it and thinks it's super awesome. But I feel like there is a part of him that does not like any of this and just doesn't like this and finds it very embarrassing. But he doesn't allow himself to feel that on the surface level because he's shallow and he's just kind of a shallow, shallow person. He doesn't want to feel things deeply. So it's very surface. But if he would allow himself to feel the deeper feelings, he would not be proud of it. So there's some part of him doesn't like any of this, but there is a part of him that is going along with this and acting like, yeah, it's great. It's amazing. I'm amazing. This, clearly he, everybody said he practiced this in the mirror and he absolutely did. He absolutely practiced this, the orange steel shot. But that's what I'm getting. So deep down, no. On the surface, yes. Okay. Did Trump convince himself his way of 2 pounds and 6 inches? How much do your guides say flavor the bad ways? Okay. Well, I really, really feel that he's in the 300. I really feel like he has hit he is hovering around 300 is what I say. But do you have an idea, Adam? You're better at guessing, or you're,
No, I just know he's not 215. I'm 206 foot, and he is not. And I carry some spread, but I'm nothing like Mr. Boxy Suits.
But he's taller and he's huge, and he's like
he's 6'2" and he wears lifts, which is why he always looks like he's leaning forward,
leaning slightly forward,
like a weed.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa. I say he's hovering around 300, 307. I just wish they would have asked him what he weighed and then say, you know what, just to make sure, let's get you on the scale, and just busted his bubble right there. That would have been amazing. But Joe Schmo says 275. That, that feels right. John of New says he is over 300 pounds. I say hovering around 300. We'll say he's around that, but he is not, whatever he is not 215. That is for damn sure.
It's important to know that muscle does weigh more than fat. So if he is, as I imagine, completely fat, I once had a
he has so much muscle. So
I once had a New York salesman that I worked with, and I gave him a hug, when I left the company. And there was I couldn't get to any bones. I kept squeezing. He was like a sponge. And I just kept squeezing and squeezing, and I actually never reached any muscle or bone. So I imagine maybe he's a little like
that. Okay. Well, now we know what it would be like to hug Trump. It would be just like squishing and trying to get to something solid.
Nice, actually, surprisingly nice. But then it would be Trump, and he'd probably have a full diaper and it wouldn't smell very nice.
Right. And there is no fat shaming here. There really isn't. He's just such a jerk that we have to do. We make fun of everything on him. But there is none of that here. I have friends of all sizes, and it does not matter to me that he's such a blech, that we just have to say he's clearly around 300. Do Trump Secret Service details like him? What do they really think? Okay. Details. Well, so I'm getting back, when he was in the White House, some did and some didn't. I feel like the people that work for him now, they do. They're and like him, I don't know if like him is the right way to put it. I feel like they buy what he's selling. They support what he seems to be for. Because I think he's a very unlikable personality. I think he's a difficult personality, not very likable, kind of a not very nice person, clearly. But I think but I feel like they have there's a commonality there that they seem to have. So that's more what it is rather than like him or not like him. So that's what I'm getting. Yeah, I mean, I think, sweetie, darling Lily, I think you might be close to that. And just the way, he treats women and the way he's lived his life, and just, some people think that's amazing and awesome. And I think that's, kind of what we're looking at here, just people that, support him on that level. But I feel like he's just not a very likable, lovable person. And so even they, I think, have a hard time with him. They just kind of fall into his, to supporting him. They drank the Kool-Aid, or they have that commonality with him. They have things in common with him. Thank you, Craig. Yes, he's a creep. AG Letitia James has filed court papers saying Trump routinely overstated his net worth by $2 billion. We know his real worth is less than zero. Does people finding out he isn't really Richie Rich scare him? Okay. So I'm hearing the myth. So I feel like there he's built this myth about him being, this super successful businessman. And I feel like I just heard the brand too. So I feel like I feel like he thinks that if the myth is busted, his brand will no longer be sellable, or he won't be able to sell his brand and say, not like it's worth. I mean, he in his own delusional state, because now it's already the Trump. They're taking Trump's name off buildings right and left. So it's not like his brand is all that great. But I feel like there's, I'm hearing myth and the brand. So I feel like the myth and the brand are synonymous. And so if they are able to bust the myth, particularly like in court, in documents, declare it in some way that is official, that it would kill his brand. And that's where the kind of fear is. Because he can just, the people he has in his corner now, they're leaving little by little, but there's always going to be this core group that he can just lie, say whatever, and they will just believe him. But those really aren't the people he wants to do business with and, be embraced by. So there is a level of fear there, but it has to do with the myth and the brand being synonymous. At least that's the way I'm translating what I'm getting. How I'm interpreting it. Okay.
Craig Dixon made me think of if they do a revival of Annie, the musical, on a New York stage, that Trump could be in it, playing, as Craig said,
Daddy Warbucks.
No, Daddy No Bucks. That's his joke.
Yes, Daddy No Bucks. Perfect. Okay. Will the GOP's secrets be revealed once Trump mania is over? Yeah, everything's coming out. And I don't know if you remember back, I want to say this was before the 2020 election. I did this a video that talked about how after Trump was out, that we would just keep getting information and just keep getting information and keep getting information of all the stuff that he did and his people did for him, and all. It would just be like this thing that just kept coming out, because I feel like there's even more stuff that we don't know. Things that have to do with Russia and things that have to do with the documents he took, and I just feel like there's just still more to come out. So I feel like it feels to me like along those lines, where this is just going to be, it's like a leaky faucet that just will not stop. It's just going to keep coming out. And the people that remain loyal to him, I feel like they're going to have the hardest time, because they're going to be swept into anything going on with him. And so actually the time to do this would have been a while back, but this is the time to cut your losses, and whatever you did, come clean and go to somebody and say, I will tell you whatever you want to know, because I'm telling you, eventually they're going to get to everybody. I was just, saying to Adam yesterday that, you don't ask for pardons unless you've done something illegal. What did MTG do? What did Matt Gaetz do? I do feel like it has to do with January 6th, running up to the January 6th stuff, that they did stuff that they weren't supposed to. So, yeah, it's just like a leaky faucet, and it's going to just keep, it's just this drip of all the stuff coming out. It's all going to come out. It's over, it's we're going through this time period that, I know my guides talked about, I'm sure other people's guides did too, where we're going to be kind of sifting through the rubble and seeing what is all the damage done here, and trying to, gathering all the information, basically this end of the kind of the unearthing where all of this stuff is coming out. And now we're going to have to deal with it. We're kind of on the cusp of both. It's like the stuff's still coming out, but we're also starting to deal with it by these court cases coming up, and him being found, he's already been found guilty, with the E. Jean Carroll, and it's just going to keep going. So, yeah. It's a long answer for that little question, but you asked. Do you see connections between ex-SCOTUS Justice Kennedy and Trump? Sure, payoff. So there is some kind of payoff. For entertainment purposes only. We're talking about the justices. I'm like, nah. For entertainment purposes only. I just heard payoff. He got something. I felt something like go around my head like that. He got something. I heard payoff. So I don't know if there were debts or something paid off, or something paid off. Or maybe he just got stuff, or got money, or I'm not getting any specifics, but I heard that loud and clear. So they paid him off to step down. They did something for him. It was a quid pro quo, as they say. So it was, yeah. So that's the, and I feel like for Trump, this was important for some reason to get him out and get Kavanaugh, right? Was the one who replaced him. So get Kavanaugh in.
Yeah, that's right. And
right? Okay.
Kavanaugh's debts mysteriously vanished too.
Okay.
He had gambling debts. I've just been reading and reminded that Justice Kennedy's son, Justice Kennedy, spent more than a decade at Deutsche Bank. Who is Deutsche Bank? They're the one bank that continued to lend Trump money after he went bankrupt several times, and U.S. banks basically refused to lend him money. But Deutsche Bank did, and Russia did.
Interesting. So I don't know how that would fit into what I'm getting, but that's what I'm getting, is some kind of payoff, and a kind of an urgency to get him to him out and Kavanaugh in. There's something that feels like we need to do this. This is urgent. Like this needs to happen, and this is important for Trump. For him, for some reason, that it was important for him. Although I don't feel like it's Trump. I feel like somebody is telling Trump, this is important for you to do. It's not Mitch McConnell. I don't recognize the person. I feel like they're outside the government. So I feel like they're outside the government. Maybe one of those billionaires or something. I'm not sure, but I feel like someone is telling Trump to do this, and that it's really important he do this. That this is something he needs to do. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. I wish there was more. Yeah, Leonardo Leo. Yeah, one of those. But it feels like, yeah, somebody outside the government. It doesn't feel like a a government person. It feels like a business person or like something like that. Will the GOP try to impeach Wisconsin's new liberal Supreme Court Justice Janet Protasewicz? Her addition to the Wisconsin court tipped it to be a one-seat majority. Impeach Wisconsin's new liberal. So I'm hearing null and void. So I feel like they're going to try to make her somehow what she says not count or make her null and void in some way. But I don't feel a impeachment. But it does feel like they're going to pull shenanigans to try to make her to try to lessen her power or lessen her influence, that kind of thing. So I feel like they'll be up to their same stupid stuff that they do. I'm not feeling impeachment though. So that was the question. I'm not feeling impeachment, at least not right now. What is happening in the world when different readers are seeing Boghossian alive or dead? It's like Schrodinger's Boghossian, quantum physics joke. What say your guides? Is the man Wagner DOA? Okay. So I can only tell you what I'm getting, and what I got almost right away is that he is dead. So, and I don't know if you guys remember, I don't think it was the last Thursday Night Live, but I think it was the one before. And I feel like it was right at the end. We were talking about him, and I had said, I don't think he's going to be around much longer. It just came to me. And so it did feel like there was something, even like as I was saying it, like being planned. What I got, I'll just tell you what I got when I saw this explosion right away. Of course, I asked my guys, what happened? And what they showed me was an insider placing explosives in the plane. I felt like there were two spots in the plane, and I felt it was places that the insider knew they don't check, or they didn't check. So, and that they were, they had been there for some time. So I feel like this was like they were placed there and they were just waiting to detonate them whenever he got on the plane or got in the plane. No, sweet Nancy, he wasn't dead before he got on the plane. I feel like it, and so often, you know, I would say more often than not, it is what it looks like. I'll feel like if it's like this feels wrong, or this feels like this is not right, or there's something not right. When it happened, I thought, this is very Putin. This is very him. It's the ultimate pushing out the window, right? To see, I mean, and how terrifying. Although I feel like they died almost immediately when the explosion happened, but how terrifying to fall from like that. If you saw the footage of the plane going down, the ultimate pushing out the window. So when other readers see them alive, sometimes I feel like I had one reading where I was reading for a person for their pet, and they were so alive and lively. I thought they were alive. I could see them perfectly. I knew exactly their surroundings, the other people around them. I could see everything perfectly. And the pet had passed. So I was like, well, but they're okay because I can see them perfectly. And it was just one of these weird things where I'm like, I guess sometimes you can because when you work with as in mediumship, they can seem as alive as you and me. And so maybe sometimes that happens where they see them as alive, even though they're gone. They're still around, they're still, spiritually speaking, they're still alive. So they may be perceiving something that happened after the fact, or something else. Maybe they're just perceiving them as alive when they're not alive. But I am seeing him as a very much dead. And that's what I was shown when I asked what happened. They were like showing me this. It was a man, and they put him in a uniform. I don't know if he actually wears a uniform, but they put him in a uniform. And he was placing an explosive here and like an explosive here. To me, it looked like the front of the plane, the back of the plane. And it was places that, because I feel like every time he would get into a plane or a bus or a car, they would check everywhere. And I felt like this person knew where they don't check. And that's where they put the explosives. And that was it. So that's what I got. And I'm guessing at why sometimes people see them alive or dead. I know the same thing happened with Epstein. I felt like he died. I felt like it was a suicide, but I felt like it could have been you kill yourself or we're going to kill you or something like that. I don't know, but I felt like it could have been a little bit provoked, or given the opportunity, that kind of thing. Like it was somehow supported in some way, but that is what I saw. So I think sometimes it just is what it is. And that's all I can say. But that's, yeah, so that's it. I don't know why, but I'm guessing when that happened to me, I was shocked because it seemed like that little doggy was so alive. So that's the only thing I can think of that's actually happened to me that I can say. Otherwise I'm not sure. I'm not sure why some readers see it that way or not that way. Also could be the way they're interpreting as well. Sometimes you get something and it's metaphor, or you get something and it's you're not quite picking it up exactly how they're trying to hand it to you. So it's like putting puzzle pieces together. It's not, when we sit and do this, it looks like we're just hearing what they're saying and we're just telling you exactly what to say. And it's really not like that. It is getting a word here, a feeling here, maybe a quick picture, and you're trying to put it all together and make sense of it. And that's why a lot of times for me, I'll meditate on something for quite a long time to make sure I'm getting what I'm getting. But when we do these things live, it's really like putting together a bunch of puzzle pieces and hoping you're getting the picture right. And I'm very, very honest about that. I think it's very, very important to let people know what this really is. It isn't just someone talking in your ear and you're telling them what it can seem like it looks like that, but it really isn't like that at all. It is like charades. It is like charades. It really is. Yeah. And even less clear than charades sometimes, it can be really, yeah, you just kind of have to go with it and hope you're picking up what they're putting down. But yeah. Aw, thank you, Sterling Roses. Where's Mike Flynn's indictment or years in prison? What's happening with the general? Oh, isn't he's just such a traitor, for entertainment purposes only. But he is just such a traitor to his yeah. I think it might be coming, actually. This is kind of weird because I feel like it may be for the same thing that it was before. I think he may have lied to although all he does anymore is plead the fifth, but I feel like he may have lied to the FBI or some kind of federal agency. That would be really weird, right? If he got done for the same thing and then had to go to jail this time and stay there. But that's what I'm getting, is that his time may be coming. But it's like they're showing me like a repeat, like it repeats. So I think it may be for the same thing that it was before. Not the same exact lies, but lying to or not telling the truth to people questioning him. So this may be coming. It's still to come. So don't lose hope that that man will finally be doing his time. Crazy. What's Justice Robert Steele? Is he down with the GOP, or is he trying to protect the court? He's not doing very well. Okay, let's check in on Justice Roberts. Well, I'm getting he sees himself caught between a rock and a hard place. He doesn't have any guts. I have to say, he seems like he is very, very weak. I just feel like he's not wanting to rock the boat. I feel like he's just trying to get through it. I feel like he's kind of annoyed and disappointed in some of the justices, but I feel like he doesn't have the guts or the courage to do or say anything, and that it all reflects on him. So, of course, again, these giant egos that they can't. So that's what I'm getting. I feel like he's going to be very ineffective when it comes to doing anything different. He just seems so weak to me. And I get this feeling of like just trying to get through it, just get through it. So he's trying to protect his own legacy. And you're right, he's doing a terrible job. But I just feel like he doesn't have the courage or the guts to stand up to any of these groups, to the GOP. Because I don't feel like it's like he's I do actually feel like he is with them when it comes to abortion stuff and things like that. I actually feel like he is kind of down with all of that. But I don't actually feel like he's like a racist, or I feel like he's very uncomfortable with all of those things, but he just has no courage. He has no guts. Yeah, resign. Exactly. Just resign. I don't think he ever should have been Chief Justice. I think he's just a really, really weak person for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, that's what I'm getting on him. When I pull into his energy, that's what I'm getting. He's just kind of self-preserving, so in that way, very GOP, self-preservation above all else. That is what he is. Yeah. And yeah, when you guys when I say something or when I get something, you guys can usually feel if it resonates with you. And and sometimes it does, and sometimes you're like, oh, I'm not sure, but don't be afraid to go with your own kind of instincts or what how you may feel about it, because that's what this is, right? You don't turn off your you don't ever turn off your own discernment, right? But and that's sometimes why you are attracted to certain readers, is because you tend to kind of resonate with what they say, or you tend to like, oh, I get that too. I got that too. So that's a lot of times why you pick to watch and see the readers that you do, is because there's something about them that resonates with you, and the information that they get that resonates. And I do the same thing with readers that I watch or people that I watch. It's like they resonate with me. And there are other ones that don't. So, okay, Joseph Biggs got 17 years today for his January 6th crime. Zachary Rail got 15 years. Both were Proud Boys. Do they have regrets? Oh, I know. It's so sad. I just thought this whole thing it didn't have to happen, right? It's just so sad. This whole thing is just so sad. And I feel bad for their families, right? They have, although some of them, it seems like their families are glad to see them go. It's like they're maybe abusive or mean or whatever. So they're like, the one guy with the eye patch, I can never remember his name, but that guy, it seemed like his family was like, see ya. Like kind of a mean guy. Okay, so let's see. Real and Joseph Biggs. Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm actually feeling one of them feels suicidal to me, or like they might be on suicide watch or something. So one is very despondent, almost, I would describe them as. And I'm not sure which is which, because I don't know. I want to say it is Biggs. But I'm not 100%, but that's who I want to say. But I feel like he may be like on contemplating suicide. I feel like he can't he can't handle it. Like there's something about this that he cannot handle. Biggs was weeping openly in court. Oh gosh, how awful. Yeah, because I'm feeling this real heaviness. So regret, I actually do feel a lot of regret. And it's interesting because I feel like with some of these people, what prison is supposed to do will do for them, because prison is supposed to be like a timeout, like you go and it's our prison system is terrible, but that's what it's kind of supposed to be. And I feel a lot of them going over what happened and how did I get wrapped up in this? What drew me in? That kind of thing. So I feel like some of them are doing some soul searching. It's forced them, right? It's forcing them to look at themselves. And I feel like some of them are going through that. Some are, falling right into building their coalition in prison or whatever, trying to make their little corner in prison and be one of the big dogs there or whatever, just continuing that way of life. But I feel like some of them are kind of like, what happened? How did this happen? So as this goes on, and as the years pass or the months pass, we may start hearing from some of them talking about being brainwashed and talking about being pulled into this because of their own prejudices, because of the things they thought, because of the things they believed. We may start to hear some of this, because I am feeling like there are some that are really having those moments of clarity in prison. So yeah, so that's what I'm getting. But this one does feel like he may be on suicide watch or kind of in that arena of not being able to handle this at all. So yeah. Last question. Prepare yourself. Apologies ahead. Drum roll. Oh no, what is it? We know you don't like to enter into the spirit of murderers. That is true. But what do you get on neonatal nurse Lucy Letby, 33, who murdered 7 babies and tried to kill 6 others? What was the motive? Oh, thank you, Courtney. Lucy, is this recent, Adam? Is this a recent thing?
Yeah.
Or is this it's recent.
But it was in England, so.
Okay, yeah. Don't tell me anything. I just wanted to know if it's recent or a long time ago, because I have not heard this story. Let's see. I'm getting some weird, like, almost like religious overtones or religious beliefs or something. And I don't know if it is just the way she would think, but I feel like she felt or she thought what is this? Some would deserve to live and would do like good things or were good, and some deserve to not live because they were bad or they would be negative or something. There's it feels like a church component or a religious component. I even think she may have heard voices, like had like mental, like hearing. It's called a complex in psychology. But there's something about they're good, they will do good. They're bad, they will do bad. So there's something about that. And to me, it has a religious feel. I'm seeing crosses. That's why I'm just feeling like there's some kind of either old religious thing or something that's coming up about that. And I feel it all took place up here. It's all in her brain. It's all in her mind. So I don't know if she would have ever even talked about this stuff, but I feel it was all up here. And it was like she really believed it. Because I don't feel any feeling sorry or anything. I feel like she's very like did her job, that kind of feeling, which is just, I mean, clearly she's crazy. Yeah, that's all I'm getting right now. So that was the last question.
That's all, folks.
That's all.
Say goodbye with Luca. Bye-bye.
Luca, it's Luca of the Lucas. Luca, can you hear me? Luca!
Yeah.
Aw, sweetie,
right.
sweetie. All right, thanks, Adam. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I will name check you now. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm always very, um, humbled and honored that you guys spend your time with me. It really is. I think it's so nice to spend time together and have these discussions and talk about these things, and hopefully it helps. I always just think even just talking about these things and kind of putting them out there and getting some, I always hope that it helps to kind of makes you not anxious about things, but also kind of it gives you a heads up, so you feel like you have some control and some you're ready for things to come. So I hope that's what it does for you guys, and I'm very humbled and happy that you choose to hang out with me. So, all righty. So I will thank you one by one. All right. So MK Karen M, thank you. KD, thank you. And thank you for all the super stickers tonight and everything. Thank you so much. Tony Stokes, Sharon Sipe, it's about the effing music. Thank you, Sharon Sipe. Again, Deanna, Azalea, Sweet and Salty, 1111, KD, Patricia Franzino, MK Karen M, Martha, Lucretia Valdez, Darren, KD, Sterling Roses, Craig Dixon, Merle, all right. Spirit Watcher Suzanne, M. Monroe, Darren, Jay Haynes, Spirit Watcher Suzanne, Flora D, Lama Bryant, Craig Dixon, thanks so much. John of New, thank you so much for hanging out. Betty Harper, it's in the music, Diane. Okay. Patricia Franzino, Rob Falciano, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well out in Buffalo. Sandy Miller, Sandra in Connecticut, thank you. Pomalee Stevens, Cosmic Toga Party, Betty Harper, Moon Compass, M. Monroe, War in Ukraine. Okay. Joni S., Robin E., Rebecca Davis, Patricia H., Catalot. Cute. I love these names, you guys. Kat M., Shelly S., Spirit Made Me Do It. Oh, hi, Marcy. Nice to see you. Check out that channel. Chris Wicken, Cynthia Pierce, Susan Garland, Michelle Maybell, Cindy Fern, Kath L., or Kath 11. What am I saying? Kath, or is that, yeah, Kath 11. Kimmy G, Maureen Huff, Linda Glare, Jamie Johnson, Heather, Susan Bame, Craig Dixon, Anita Coldplay, A Lady, Rainy, thanks so much, you guys, for hanging out. Tony Stokes, KD, Cheryl McLemore, Martha, Sweetie Darling Lulu, Cindy Fern. If I repeat, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of going down. I'm trying not to repeat, but Lisa Kirkland, Noelle Douglas, thanks so much. Tracy Lynn, Tina C. L. Hello. Shelly S. Anne Rudd. Electric Storm. Bye. Martha Carol Michael. Charlene Dean, Kelly Baum, Dark Brew, Sue Ellen Hunter, Dan Artist Painter, thank you. Carol Lamb, nice to see you. Electra Storm, C'est La Vie. Prince Charming's mom, thank you so much. Linda Pruitt, thank you so much. Bev Jones, Francie, Sandy Miller. Ooh, my computer's dying. Hang on. Ah. Okay. Jeez, okay. Everything's happening. Okay. I hate this. Okay. Plugged in. Okay, the light went out, but it's all okay. I'll just keep going. I'm almost done. Spiritual Seeker 583, Sharon Sipe, Linda Pruitt. I think I've mentioned everybody. Jane Finley English, David Mackham, Spiritual Seeker 583, Anita Coldplay, Delilah Gillis, Betty, Spiritual Seeker 583, isn't the music Diana? Okay, that's it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I'm in the dark, but it happens. Cosmic Toka Party. All right, everybody. Have a good one. I will see you guys next time. Thanks again. I'll try to hang out tomorrow on Something Super Spiritual Live. I'll put it in my community tab so you can go there tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific. Okay, bye, guys.